All right, hello everybody. We are setting up for hole 3 of the expert tournament. And, I'm going to go with kind of my standard bag here. Keep the accurate clubs on pretty much across the board, but also have that distance for the rough iron, sand wedge. Make sure that you have that distance, as it can be a very good thing. So, aside from that, we are going to be going for it here, and I believe this is the old par 5. So, but it is redesigned, so the green has changed. This is the one green that still kind of, what I've noticed, still stays pretty reliable for the most part. So I haven't really seen a real big drop in accuracy. Whereas some other times you see all these little bumps and ridges they put on, causing problems. You don't see that here on this hole. So I've still seen a very consistent green, which is a nice thing to see. One thing is that I've noticed is the trees come a bit more into play than they used to. So getting to the right is going to be, a favorable thing. So I want you guys to keep that in mind when you are setting up your tee shot. A berserker wouldn't necessarily be the worst idea for this. Here I am going to go with a kingmaker. I am going to, you see kind of how I'm setting up my top spin, side spin, to kind of get down here around the corner as much as possible. And I'm going to play away from the trees as much as possible as well. So here you're going to just see me kind of curl it back. And here you are going to see I'm going into landscape mode just to get that little bit of extra cut around the corner. But notice how I'm keeping it kind of outside trees and just bringing it back across. So the more curl that you have, the easier that shot is going to be to execute. And you can see that you can get down there quite a ways for a nice little pitch at this hole. It will be most likely with a short iron, especially with that wind staying the same direction. Both first and second shots, we are going to see very similar winds. So getting it around that corner is going to be the best chance that you want. And you want to avoid that bunker on the left, of course. So the more curl that you get back, the better. So here you're going to see max club. I'm going to come in from that just slightly. So max club number with my claw is 1.5. I'm going to try to do this a little bit more towards, 1.7 maybe, 1 point, somewhere in there. Kind of 5 rings, a little bit more than 5 rings here for my adjustment. So there you're going to see me go about 5.5. Let's just see if that isn't in the ballpark of where I need it. It looks like a little underplay. It was probably right on 6 or just under 6 rings for the correction. But you get the idea of what you want to do with this hole. You're just going to want to set yourself up for a nice short iron for an albatross chance. This is going to be your number one best opportunity for an albatross. So you are going to want to, take advantage of the situation, if at all possible. Get your albatross here. And like I said, I mentioned this on the last shootout, the last hole, that how important the albatross is in the game now. It's kind of your number one, aside from your score, your actual number. It's your next tiebreaker in line. So you're going to want one. Oh, wow, I've never played this hole. So I've seen this a few times, but never actually set it up. So I don't know really what the ring adjustment is. Let me see. Are we towards... Okay, so we're right at min club here. So I'm probably going to just kind of side spin it more than anything, just to kind of straighten out that wind a little bit. So if I'm at min club, I'm going to play more towards 5 rings. Let's just try that. Never played this hole before. I am probably going to, for the tournament, go at this with a quarterback or something. Let's see if it can climb the hill. Not too bad. Not too bad for a first effort. I have seen the other hole, but not this one. So I don't know if this was... I played a little bit of Tour 7. I don't know if this is in Tour 7, because I haven't seen it. So there's still quite a few holes that I'm a little unfamiliar with, but as you can see, just kind of landing centered on that fairway is a nice approach. And you can see, of course, the importance of countering the wind to the right, because as you can see, I still missed to the left. So always keep that in mind when you're playing your shots. And of course, when you actually come to do this, make sure you're not bringing extra mile to the hole. That's going to be definitely, not the best choice. But as you can see, there's almost a little backstop there. His ball still wasn't that much farther than mine, so not the end of the world. Plus, now this is one of the advantages. I did, seed myself a little bit earlier, so I can see kind of where everybody already is, so I have to forfeit less, which is nice. So there's the tip for that hole. I do not know. I know we have a par 3 coming up, but I don't know if it's that one or the other one. I'm going to check my note real quick from I think the notebook has the holes. I'm going to check that real quick and just see which hole it is, because I like to set up my bag for par 3s before getting to them. So that's what I'm going to do here momentarily. And then we'll talk about that shot, whichever hole it is. I don't know if it's that one or the other one. It's one of them. But good luck with getting that albatross, and see you guys for hole number 4.